Progress.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to West Nale Virus. I am my freaking recording. There we go. All right. Hey, guys. Today we're doing a tier list. So remember last week how I was saying we're doing tier list Wednesdays. We're not ever changing to tier list Tuesdays because it makes too much sense. Well, I take it all back and my foot's in my mouth. Welcome to tier list Tuesdays. So starting from here on out, we're going to tier list Tuesdays instead of tier list Wednesdays, partially because it sounds better, and partially because we're doing something else on Wednesdays now. So which doesn't necessarily go phonetically with Wednesdays, but it's what we're doing on Wednesdays. Leave us alone. So today we're doing a tier list, and we're doing it on the NFL quarterbacks for the upcoming NFL season, so 2022/2023. And this is, I believe, technically, this is a year ago. From this tier list that we're looking at is from a year ago. But most of the starting quarterbacks are the same, but some of them aren't. So generally, just assume we're talking about the team. If you see the team logo, we're not talking about the guy in the picture. We're talking about the team logo.
Yeah, there's a picture of the Washington football team with Ryan Fitzpatrick,
and he's not even on the team right now. So
yeah. So
we're talking about
get there
whoever's starting for them. All right,
and we have S through D. We have S, A, B, C, D.
Yes, no F. So
no, you're already bad. If you're D, you're bad enough.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't be a D starting quarterback. That's that's unfortunate. But anyway, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, TikTok. Those are all of them. All of them at West Nale Virus.
Nale.
Yep, Nale. All right, so here we go, Caleb. Starting off, the starting quarterback of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
The immortal.
Probably Tom Brady.
This is the easiest one. S.
Going in S. Okay. If anyone has a problem with that, you can take it up with the football gods. I'm sorry. It was written in the stars a long time ago. By a long time ago, I mean about 10 years ago, after his 5th Super Bowl.
Yeah, right. Josiah, I should also say, don't be sorry about our list. This is our list. We own it.
That's true. This is our list. You can't say anything. You can say anything about it. Say everything about it. Talk about it as much as you want. Tell us what you think. Insult it if you like, but we don't care. Okay. All right. Joey Burrow, the former NFL starting quarterback of the Super Bowl runner-up team.
Yeah, I was wondering where that was going.
Bengals. Yep, it was a long sentence, and another Office reference, like last week, Michael Scott, he's like, sometimes I just start a sentence and I don't know where it's going until about halfway through. That's how I run this whole podcast, actually.
Well, I think Joey Burrow, I would have told you that. No, that was hilarious. I love The Office. I think last year, at the beginning of last year, I would have told you he's a good quarterback, but he needs an O-line. And then they went and just destroyed my entire view of football,
dude,
and making it to the Super Bowl with the worst O-line.
Honestly, for me, Joe Burrow, he's already S tier.
Yeah, he's S. He's good.
I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Based on his performance from last year, I mean, I don't really know. We didn't really quantify what we're doing this based on. This is for the upcoming year? How we think they're going to be for this year? Okay, yeah. Oh boy. Okay, Dak Prescott.
Now it gets interesting.
Because Dak, man, I mean, he's lost Amari Cooper. Because Amari Cooper went to the Browns.
Uh-huh.
But
He's coming
he
off
still
an
got
injury.
fine. He's still got fine receivers. He's still got Zeke. He's still got okay offensive line, though I do think the offensive line got kind of downgraded.
Yeah, but he's coming off an injury. But he's
coming off
been
an injury.
reliable. So going into this season, I'm actually going to give him an A.
I was feeling a B, but I can concede an A. I can concede an A.
This is the hard part about making a tier list with two people.
Two people, yes. If there were three,
right,
there could be a tiebreaker, but no. So up next we have the Washington football team, who was at this point last year. Ryan Fitzpatrick was their starting quarterback officially. This right now, their starting quarterback is Carson Wentz, and that's if they don't draft a rookie quarterback, which who may not start if they do. But
right.
That being said, right now it's Carson Wentz. So Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz, I have never thought he was that great of a starting quarterback after Nick Foles won the Super Bowl and all the playoff games. And he hasn't been able to do what Nick Foles did. C for me.
I agree. C.
Oh.
C. Carson Wentz, I'm sorry, man. I just not sure about it, man. All right. Patrick Mahomes, this year, what's he going to be?
Oh, man. This year, what's he going to be?
I have much reduced expectations for Patrick Mahomes this year. I won't lie. He's lost Tyreek Hill. His offensive line should be fine, but you never know with that. Someone gets injured. But yeah, he's got some turnover with his receivers, mainly Tyreek Hill, and that's a big loss. And he didn't do well last year, just in general. So, and also he has to deal with his brother and fiance. So,
I'm gonna go A tier.
That's what I was saying too. That's what I was thinking. Because last year I would have been S. Oh yeah, but no, this year I think he's down to A.
Yep.
All right. Houston Texans. So, here we have a picture of Tyrod Taylor. That's incorrect. Their starting quarterback is Davis Mills.
Who was probably the best rookie quarterback last year.
Weirdly, not necessarily wrong.
I have high expectations for Davis Mills, even though the team is trash. So, high expectations for a second-year quarterback on one of the worst teams in the NFL is a B.
Yeah, B is stretching it, but...
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not sure you could put Tom Brady on the Texans and he could perform at a B, but we'll go with B.
David, he was good last year.
He was okay. And if they can do well in the draft, they can upgrade their offensive line. They can get an okay defense so he's not on the field 100% of the game.
Or off the field.
Or off the field. Yeah, I don't. Who knows? But yes.
Carolina Panthers, Sam Darnold. Another quarterback on a really bad team.
C.
My expectations for Sam Darnold is a C. Yeah, I think he's a C tier quarterback. On a D tier team.
Yeah, I'd say the same thing. Jared Goff, Detroit Lions. He was actually not. Terrible. It was the Lions. They were terrible. Their whole team was terrible. So I guess he was also in conjunction terrible. But I felt like he kind of performed at a B, But that's kind of just how Jared Goff's been his whole career, where it's he's never been stellar.
Yeah. Well, where for next year, where are you going to put Jared Goff? Where would you put him?
As a stretch B, comfortably C.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. It's really tough. Oh gosh. Just because the Lions are so bad,
C.
it's hard for me to say that he is a B tier quarterback.
It's yeah, for this upcoming year, it's hard to expect anything from any Lions players at all, basically. So
Yeah.
I just hope DeAndre Swift gets a lot of touches. Yay, fantasy football.
Yeah. The next picture is really funny. It has Green Bay Packers and it has Aaron Rodgers and a picture of Jordan Love.
Jordan Love. Which, I mean, the starter's going to be Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
And I expect him, for me, it's an A. I mean, I expect him to be an A quarterback. I don't expect him to be an S quarterback by any means.
Well, can I ask you, what is an S quarterback to you?
An S quarterback is someone who I can both count on in the regular season and then actually expect to perform in the offseason. I mean, in the postseason. And Aaron Rodgers, I do not expect to perform in the postseason.
I think he's an okay. This is I'll agree with you. You could put him in A, but I do want to say this. I think he's an S tier talent, and he might deserve, to be S tier. He's like right in between, but because Devontae Adams is gone, we'll see if his connection with his other wide receivers.
That's the other problem is, I mean, I'd almost bump him down to a B now that I'm thinking about the fact that he might as well be throwing to the water boys. Like, I don't know who these receivers are that he's throwing to, but we'll leave him at A. A.
If the Green Bay Packers listen to our mock draft,
and they're definitely gonna draft a receiver. I mean,
we don't know that, but hopefully.
Well, probably. They've got 2 picks in the first round. I would say at the very least they'll pick up Treylon Burks with their second pick or something like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of good wide receivers. They'll get at least one.
Yes,
they should.
Absolutely. Whether it's first round or second round.
Yeah.
All right.
But moral of the story, Aaron Rodgers, S tier talent at quarterback, but
hasn't performed.
He hasn't performed like an S tier quarterback in a few years.
Yeah.
He's definitely A. And I think everybody projects him to be S tier quarterback every year, and then he'll have 1 or 2 great S tier games, and then his season's more just like A.
Yeah, I'd say that's fair. But New York Jets, Zach Wilson. Now this one is hard because I want to believe in Zach Wilson. Like, watching him get out there, it's hard to watch anyone on the Jets and be like, oh yeah, I don't want you to succeed, because that's like watching, a baby try and crawl out of a dumpster. It's like, I want you to get out. It's just, you know what I'm saying?
Never watched that.
I haven't either.
But it was good. That was a good one. Zach Wilson, my expectations are the quarterback, him as a quarterback next year. I think he takes a step forward, but I still think he's C tier.
I think I agree.
Right now, he's a C tier quarterback because they're on a D tier team, just like Sam Darnold and probably Jared Goff too. They're all these quarterbacks are talented, but man, this is tough. Yeah, I would go C.
I'm good with C for sure. All right, the Seahawks quarterback, which I was making sure that they hadn't done anything in the past few days. They haven't. Okay. Drew Lock is officially their starting quarterback. They also have Geno Smith and Jacob Eason. Which honestly, I mean, out of those 3, I'd almost start Geno Smith. But realistically, out of those three, I think they'd probably start Drew Lock.
I think they draft a QB, and that QB maybe starts. But this is my first D team.
Honestly, same. I don't know, and partially because I just don't know what to expect from these quarterbacks. I mean, I don't know who's going to be starting. I don't think any of them are going to do well. The only one I think who has an outside shot is Jacob Eason, and that's just wishful thinking. So,
yeah, I think those are all D-tier quarterbacks. Nobody's jumping off the roster to me.
Agreed. New York Giants.
Daniel Jones.
So, now this is something that you might not know about the New York Giants. They have recently acquired Tyrod Taylor in free agency, and that brings us to the point that it is time to replace Daniel Jones. It doesn't matter who he is or how much you believe in him. The Tyrod Taylor curse is in effect, and they need to draft a rookie quarterback while they have a chance. He is a future superstar. It's a lock. There's no chance that it can fail. It's worked 100% of the time, and as long as they retain Tyrod Taylor, he'll never be bad. So keep Tyrod Taylor on your roster as long as possible and draft a quarterback. He's guaranteed to be amazing.
It's so true.
It can't be less false. It is a lock. And with that being said, New York Giants quarterbacks, S tier.
S tier. Put
and that's
S.
not Daniel Jones. That's the rookie quarterback that they had better draft. Not naming names, it could be Kenny Pickett. It could be Desmond Ridder. It could be Malik Willis. It could be Sam Howell. It could be Matt Corral. I don't care. It could be freaking the one that was supposed to play for Georgia this year and decided not to. I don't care who it is. He will be the best quarterback in the NFL in 2 years, as long as Tyrod Taylor's still on the Giants. So there you go.
Oh man, that was good.
But if Daniel Jones is the quarterback, I'm saying C.
Same.
Okay. All right.
I actually think Daniel Jones has the skills to be an A-tier quarterback, but right now
I know you're a Daniel Jones believer, and I'll be honest, I'm not. I don't believe in Daniel. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I need to stop apologizing for things. I'm not sorry, Daniel Jones.
Yes.
I don't believe in you. Okay, now I am a little sorry. That was rude.
This is why
I'm a little sorry.
Josiah, if you want to own a football team, you have to be assertive and let people know what you're thinking. You got to make those tough business decisions.
That's true. I can't just be nice and let some bum play on. I'm not saying Daniel Jones is a bum, but I can't let a bum play on my team. So,
right.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, moving on to, in my opinion, the most in between A and B quarterback there could possibly be. Kirk Cousins of the Minnesota Vikings. The guy will never be A and will never be B. He's right in the middle, and he will always perform as such. I have said this time and time again, he reminds me of Drew Brees, just a little bit worse. The guy makes no dangerous passes. It's all just easy passes. He makes no mistakes, but no big plays. Doesn't impress me all that much. Not a huge Kirk Cousins fan.
Yeah, sounds like it. I am a Kirk Cousins fan, and I think he's an A-tier quarterback. I think he is. I was going to say B. I think if Dak Prescott is an A-tier quarterback, Kirk Cousins is an A-tier quarterback.
I guess that's fair, but I really hate to put him in A. I really hate it. I also hate that Davis Mills is in B, but What is our B tier? We have no B tier. It's Davis Mills. It's a guy we really still don't know anything about.
Move Dak Prescott to B.
Dak Prescott to B? Okay. All
Yeah.
right. I'm good with that. Well,
We're gonna get a lot of hate from the Cowboys.
he should
fans.
be an A though. I mean, he's been reliable. Well, he's coming off injury.
Okay, yeah, he is an A-tier quarterback. You're right. He is an A-tier quarterback.
We have an A. All right. I think we both know where the next two are going.
S.
S and S. Both of them. Justin Herbert, Josh Allen, or other way around. Josh Allen of the Buffalo Bills and Justin Herbert of the LA Chargers. Both going in S tier. We both have very high opinions of these two quarterbacks. They're both very good, and I think most people do now. They are.
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, no, I was gonna say they're both premier young talents. Justin Herbert, great pocket passer, and Josh Allen is a great everything. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and just to remind people, this tier list is the tier list for next season, like how we feel they are as a quarterback for next season. So if you're looking and you see Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers in the A tier, that's because next year they're going to be an A tier quarterback. Their overall career, they could be an S, but next year they're an A tier quarterback.
Yes. Yep.
I think this is the next B tier quarterback.
I think that's fair. Ryan Tannehill, Tennessee Titans, not super impressive. Just going out on a limb there. He's not super unimpressive.
Yeah, I think he does well enough to win games.
But not big games.
He has a monster running back, so that is always a threat. So the play action, that's where he lives. Mm-hmm. But he's athletic.
Yeah, he's a good quarterback. He's a dual threat adjacent.
When you tell me that Ryan Tannehill is going to be the starting quarterback of your team, I'm not scared, but I know he's going to make
he'll have an impact.
He'll make a game. Yes.
Yeah.
He'll make a game out of it.
He'll be there and maybe be worried, but probably not.
Yeah.
You have a suitable quarterback is basically what we know from that. So B tier. Tua Tagovailoa of the Dolphins. Now, have the Dolphins acquired anyone else this offseason? I'm trying to remember.
Tyreek Hill.
Oh, yes. Well, they also have Teddy Bridgewater. But Tua will be the starter, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I have him a B tier quarterback next year.
I have high expectations for Tua. I am hoping to see him in an A. That is my prediction. Tua is going to break out this year. But I'm okay with putting him in B because that is a very unsolid and unbased prediction. I just really do believe it. I think with it's got to do with the fact that he has not had a lot of support up until now. And not a great offensive line. The coaching position for the Dolphins has been kind of
poor,
down, poor at times. So I think this year is Tua's breakout year. So I say A, but
I say B.
You say B. And I'd say to temper expectations a little bit, B. It does make sense. Because this past season, Tua was a C. I mean, if we're being honest, he was not above a C.
Yeah.
So even a B, as we're saying, he's taking a step up this year. So
yes,
there you go.
Yeah. Perfect. You said what I was going to say. This is actually a B is a step up from last year.
Yep. Perfect. All right. New York. Nope. Why did I say New York? New Orleans. The Nolan Saints.
Saints, baby.
We have Jameis Winston / Taysom Hill here in the picture. And
it's Jameis Winston.
It's Jameis Winston. And honestly, A.
What?
I think Jameis Winston is going to do good.
I think he's very underrated, and I think I'm like you for Tua on Jameis Winston.
Yeah?
Yeah, my expectation, I want him to be an A-tier quarterback next year, but I just haven't really seen it yet, so I would say B, but you could put him in A.
Put him in A. Jameis Winston is going to be an A quarterback. Sean Payton is going to get him upgraded. Also, did you know that Sean Payton he was the, I don't know if he's the head coach or the offensive coordinator, but in 2000, I think, when Tom Brady was drafted, he was at the Giants, and he tried to get Tom Brady drafted by the Giants, but he had no pull with the front office, and so they refused.
Wow.
And Patriots got him. History has changed.
No idea.
Yep. Anyways.
Arizona Cardinals.
Kyler Murray. Well, he's got DeAndre Hopkins.
He's got good weapons, but I've never really liked Kyler Murray.
I did, but I don't as much.
He's B for me. He's a B-tier quarterback for me.
On this upcoming season, I'm good with that. I don't know what to expect from him, honestly. So I'm good with a B, kind of middle of the road. I really don't know. Now this is where I'm interested to hear what you have to say. Derek Carr of the Las Vegas Raiders. I hate that. I hate saying Las Vegas Raiders. Anyways.
I'm so happy they moved, though. Even though they're my team, I'm so happy they moved. Oakland was terrible. It was dirty. The stadium sucked. Anyways, okay, Derek Carr.
Only NFL stadium? Well, that's not true. Only NFL game.
In the Coliseum.
Yeah.
And so my allergies are out of control right now.
I feel you.
So
spring.
I probably sound like I'm like, real deep.
Hi, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's because I can't
Got
breathe.
That morning voice.
I think it's going to be like this all day. But Derek Carr, he is and you could say this is biased, but he's the best quarterback on like a bad team.
Oh,
he's the only reason that the Raiders have been decent.
I thought you were going to say he was the best quarterback in his division, and that's a bold claim, man.
Hey, man. In his division, there's a lot of good quarterbacks now.
Quarterbacks.
I mean, he is so good with I would say he's had good wide receivers around him. He's had terrible O-lines. The defense has been trash. Derek Carr is an A-tier quarterback. For next year, though, if we're making this tier list of next year, he's S. Because he has Devontae Adams.
Okay, but does he have an upgraded offensive line? I don't think Derek Carr gets to S without a very solid offensive line. Because he is a good quarterback, and I like Derek Carr a lot as a quarterback. But he is a quarterback that I would, to feel comfortable, have to surround with that offensive line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
for me, he's an A this upcoming season.
Yeah, we can put him A. It's fine.
Okay.
Because he'll prove to you he's an S.
I will be happy if he does. Listen, I love Derek Carr, and I hope he does amazing. And I love Devontae Adams, so I hope Derek Carr does amazing. Devontae Adams is on my fantasy team. All right. I actually drafted Derek Carr in the very first
really?
season of our Dynasty League. I've since dropped him, and then he was picked up by your dad, and then dropped. I don't think anyone has him right now, but...
Well, okay, I'm going to pick him up.
I'll have to wait till after the draft, but yes.
Philadelphia Eagles, Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts. This... Now... in terms, you said you think Derek Carr is the best QB on a bad team. I'm not even sure I would qualify the Raiders this year as a bad team. I actually think the Raiders are going to be okay.
I agree, but recently they've been bad.
That is true.
But he makes them good.
Pretty terrible. But this, I think, to me, in terms of like good QB to bad team ratio, I think Jalen Hurts gets it. I think Jalen Hurts is pretty good. And I don't think the Eagles are pretty good. I don't know.
I'm going to put him B.
That's,
B tier.
yeah. I want to say higher. I want to say A. But I just don't know that it's even possible to expect that from an Eagles QB this season. So.
And even Jalen Hurts as a quarterback in general, I'm not as high on him.
Yeah,
I think he's B tier right now. I mean, he could go higher, but with the Eagles organization, I don't know if he grows that much into an A or S tier quarterback. I'm going B tier.
I'm good with that. All right. Cleveland Browns has a picture of Baker Mayfield, but that is incorrect. It is Desean Watson is the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns this year. How do we think Desean Watson is going to do with, I think, Jarvis Landry, Amari Cooper, Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt?
There's a lot of weapons on there. This is a hard one for me because he didn't play at all last year. Does that matter, though?
I don't know. And is he going to play this year? I mean, he hasn't fully been cleared yet, has he? Or
I don't know.
I can't remember.
Baker is still there.
Baker is still there, but will not
He's
start.
not playing.
He's not. There's no way. If I were Baker Mayfield, I wouldn't play for him at this point.
No.
So it's going to be Deshaun Watson. I want to say A.
Same.
But I genuinely have no clue.
Same.
It's such a weird situation. So many of their weapons have like changed. I mean, Amari Cooper is their new number one receiver, I think.
No, Jarvis is always number one.
OBJ's gone now. Which, I mean, it was cool seeing Jarvis Landry and OBJ get back together, but that's over.
That was over a year ago.
Well, yeah, but
I think Deshaun is still an A.
Ray Cooper, Jakeem Grant, Donovan Peoples-Jones, David Njoku.
Deshaun
Jarvis
Watson
Landry hasn't been signed yet, but it is rumored that he's going to sign with the Browns.
Okay.
That's why I say that.
I think Deshaun Watson is still an A tier. When he left, he was borderline S tier. He took a season off, so I think that drops him. I'm debating between A and B, but I think, it's only one season. You don't get that bad that fast.
Yeah.
And I think he's A tier quarterback.
I agree. All right. San Francisco 49ers. We've got either Jimmy G or
Trey Lance.
Yeah, Trey Lance. There's his name. Okay. B.
I talked to a lot of 49ers fans, and the feeling is that Jimmy G is like a C or a D tier quarterback. But I like Jimmy G. He's a B tier quarterback.
To me, Jimmy G is in between B and C at any given time. But I'm good with a B. Good with a B.
The guy's a winner.
I don't know what to think of Trey Lance.
Yeah, we'll see. Denver Broncos next. Russell Wilson, he's an A.
Yeah, that's an A. I mean, it's got to be an A. Denver Broncos are going to be good again. All right. And Matthew Stafford.
S.
Bowl winner. Yep, he's got to go in S. He performed very well, and he's on a very good team. So
he finally got out of Detroit to show off his talent.
Gosh, yes. Yes.
Little did
Imagine
Detroit know they had a Super Bowl winning quarterback on their team the entire time.
I think they knew. I think that's what made it so hard for them to watch football.
Uh-huh.
I think all the fans were like, guys, look at this player and this player. We have like 3 players that are amazing. And they're on this dumpster fire of a team. Anyways. Okay. Justin Fields, Chicago Bears. B.
D.
D.
Yep. D.
I'm trying to think. I feel like he's got to be a C.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Because, I mean, that does mean that only D we have is the whoever's starting for the Seahawks. But that's still fair. Yeah, Justin Fields, he's got fine like receivers. Got a pretty good David Montgomery, pretty good running back to back him up. I don't really remember.
He doesn't have much, and I didn't think he performed that well last year, so I have no reason to think that he is going to be a B or A tier quarterback. So the highest I would put him at is C.
That's fair. No, I wouldn't want to put him above C either. But I don't want to put him at D because I don't think he's going to be terrible. I think we're going to see a little bit of progression.
Okay.
Not much.
I hope so.
A little bit. All right. Lamar Jackson.
I love Lamar Jackson. I think he's S tier.
You think Lamar Jackson's S tier?
Yeah. I think every time
I love Lamar Jackson. I love him. But yeah.
Every time you play the Baltimore Ravens, he's a dual threat guy, and people don't talk about his passing as much as they should. He's actually a very good passer.
I agree. I'm in it. S tier. He is S tier. All right, Pittsburgh Steelers. This is Big Ben, but it's not him. It's Mitch Trubisky. The ex-Bills and Bears and...
Or Mason Rudolph.
No, it's Mitch Trubisky. If Mason Rudolph gets the start, I'm boycotting the NFL.
What? Okay.
I don't like Mason Rudolph. Okay.
So we're talking Mitchell Trubisky here.
Mitch Trubisky. I think it's going to be Trubisky. I really do. I think Trubisky's going to be pretty good. I think he's going to be B.
I do too.
All right.
I think he's hated on a little too much.
Yeah. I definitely don't think he's going to be an A.
No. But he's not even close to an A. But he's B.
I think he'll be solid. All right. That's a picture of Matt Ryan because he's been the quarterback of the Atlanta Falcons for the past most people's lifetime. He's now at
the Colts.
He's now at the Colts. Yeah.
Marcus Mariota is now on the roster, and I would assume it's going to be Marcus Mariota.
Yeah, it's going to be Marcus Mariota, I'm pretty sure, unless they draft someone. And either way, I'll just be honest. It hurts me to say this, but I can't put him above a C. And I'm tempted to put him in a D.
Wow.
I
really liked him.
I don't.
I never liked Marcus Mariota because he went to Oregon. But he was decent as a Raider. And he earned my respect. And even though he was, almost won a national championship at Oregon, he didn't earn my respect. I think he's a B for me. He's a B tier quarterback. I think he'll be just fine. But he's been a backup.
You think he's going to his only target? Only target is Kyle Pitts.
I think he's okay. You could put him in C if you think he's C or D, and I think he's B. Put him in C. And the reason, and then to bump him down is because the Falcons are really bad.
Exactly.
But as a quarterback, I think he's a B.
I think
As an individual quarterback, he's a
I
B.
think
But it
that
is a
might be
team game,
fair,
so
but yeah, I don't think yeah, I mean, all he's got is Kyle Pitts and Cordarrelle Patterson.
Cordale,
Cordarrelle?
sure.
He's good.
Indianapolis Colts.
However you say his name. Indianapolis Colts, now Matt Ryan.
B.
B?
I know,
I'm
sorry.
tempted to say A, honestly. I was kind of losing faith in Matt Ryan on the Falcons, partially because I was faith in the Falcons. But I think he gets better this year. I mean, from last year. I think he goes up. But I'm good with B. I'm tempted to say A, but I'm good with B.
I don't know what to put. I should say I don't know. B is safe. B is the safe place to put him. He's on a way better team. So yeah, by the end of the season, we're probably saying, oh man, Matt Ryan, yeah, he's A tier for sure.
Right.
But right now, he's older. I don't know if he can make the throws he used to.
Yeah.
But he does have Jonathan Taylor, so B.
And he's clutch.
Matty Ice.
Yes. All right. Down to 2 left. We got Mac Jones for the New England Patriots.
I think Mac Jones is a B tier quarterback. I had higher expectations for him. I think he could be A. But we know how the Patriots are. And if you don't fit into that system, you're not going to be successful. So, and I think he's still learning the system. I think he's a B tier quarterback.
I'm tempted to say A again. Honestly,
did I just call Tom Brady a system quarterback?
I guess slightly.
Because I don't believe that. But I think I just did.
Well, here's the thing. I hate when people say things like, he's just a system quarterback. Like, everyone's just a system quarterback. I mean,
Right.
Realistically, like, it doesn't matter who it is. You put them in the wrong offensive system, they're not going to do well.
Yeah.
Like, if you put Lamar Jackson in an air raid offense, you're not utilizing. Well. I think he'd do okay, but you're not utilizing his talents correctly.
Right.
He's got these amazing legs, and if you're just putting offensive linemen all around him, just max protecting him, stay in the pocket, that's not how he is best utilized. He's best utilized roll out, make a play.
Right.
I don't think anyone's technically a system quarterback. But that being said, Mac Jones, B or A. The only two. Here's the thing. For me, it's hard for me to say Matt Ryan and Mac Jones are the same as Mitch Trubisky,
Jimmy G, Jalen Hurts,
Davis Mills.
Okay, you're right. Put him in A.
Okay. All right. Both of them are just Mac Jones.
Both of them.
Okay. All right. And very last team. Officially, the worst team in the league.
T-Law.
Jacksonville
Trevor Lawrence.
Jaguars.
No, that is the team. Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, right. Yes, I'm sorry. I forgot they changed their name.
Yeah, they don't have anyone else.
Welcome to Team Sunshine.
I think he led the league in interceptions last year.
That's not exactly surprising.
He was on literally the worst team ever.
Sure he did.
But I don't have big expectations next year for him. He's C for me. Even though I know his potential is huge.
I do think he has a big potential, but I'm good with C for this year. maybe 2 years from now, maybe he's moving up to A.
Right.
But this year, I just don't see it happening. I mean, they are so bad. The Jacksonville Jaguars are so bad. I mean, it's Trevor Lawrence and James Robinson against the world at this point. Those are the only two players on their team that I think I can even name.
Now, they got a brand new wide receiver core. So they have Christian Kirk and somebody else. I forgot who they picked up.
Christian Kirk is your number one receiver, I mean, and you're also paying him like he's Julio Jones in his heyday. Actually, you're paying him more than Julio Jones got paid in his heyday. I'm not 100% sure what you're doing. I mean, this guy backed up DeAndre Hopkins semi-effectively. It's not. I'm not super impressed by the front office over there in Jacksonville. But that being said, maybe I'll eat my words.
Hopefully. C tier, though, for Trevor Lawrence.
C tier for Trevor Lawrence. All right, there you go, guys. Only one D tier. Only one.
If you're a Seahawks fan,
you're a Seahawks fan, yeah, we are sorry.
You better draft a quarterback.
You guys had better hope your team is drafting a quarterback. Yeah. That's honestly the Seahawks. I don't think they have a first-round pick. But
they do.
Do they? Yeah, they do. They have a top 10 pick. Like pick 9. Ooh, I'm trying to think if it's worth it for them to draft a QB or should they wait for next year. No, I don't think they draft a QB this year. I think they go defense, wait for next year's draft when they get first overall pick because they throw. And I mean, let's be honest, they're kind of throwing anyway. They just traded away Russell Wilson, and now Drew Lock is their starting quarterback. Guys, what are you doing? Next year, you take a QB. Number 1 overall. Well, more likely like number. But
because the Jaguars will still be bad.
And, yes.
And the Lions, they'll still be bad. And the Jets, they'll still be bad.
Yeah, I don't see any of those teams climbing too significantly. That's a good question. Out of those 3 teams, Lions, Jets, Jaguars, Texans of 4. Lions, Jets, Jaguars, Texans. Who do you think has the best chance of making a playoff run this year?
Oh my goodness.
I mean, it's not happening for any of those 4 teams, obviously. But if it were to happen.
Lions, Jets, Jaguars, Texans. I'm going to go with Raiders. Probably the Lions.
The Lions? That's fair. Because the Lions were like a meh team this year. They weren't good, that's for sure, but they weren't that bad.
They were the second worst team.
Yeah, they were that bad, actually. I take that back. They were terrible. They were absolutely terrible.
No, I take it back. I take it all back. I'm going Jaguars. I think they have the weaker division. Good
answer. Playing politics. Good answer.
Yes. Colts, Titans, Jaguars.
Jets, Jaguars, Texans. Not the Texans. I don't see the Texans. Texans not. Jets, maybe, but they gotta play the. For me, they also have the Bills. They're gonna beat the Bills. No, yep, I agree. Jaguars.
Yeah, the worst team to playoffs next year. Let's do this.
Worst team to playoffs next year.
Well, thanks everybody for listening to West Nile Virus. Just rip our tier list apart. Go for it. And we will see you mañana.
Recording stop.